Go ghost. That's it. So someone asked me the other day, how is it that I'm able to distance myself from people? And I'm like, it's not really about that. Sometimes the best thing for you to do in order to find your peace is just to go quiet. And that's what I told them. Not vanish, not cut everyone off. Just take a step back, disconnect from all the noise that we've been hearing for long enough to actually hear yourself once again. And that's basically what this video is going to be about. I'm James, here at the Best Field. And if you're new here and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. You ever notice how everyone's always talking, posting, calling, sharing, performing, whatever, but very few people is actually listening. And most importantly, they're not actually listening to themselves. When I say go ghost, I don't mean disappear. What I mean is that you need to go inward. You need to go back into yourself, start pouring into yourself, and figuring out what matters to you so you can find your peace. When I did that, I realized that my whole life was built around all of this noise. Everyone else's expectations, everyone else's timeline. So I stripped it back and I rebuilt the foundation around 5 things that I believe actually matters. Everyone doesn't agree with me, but these are pretty strong core values and core pillars to have. Health, wealth, love, happiness, and of course, purpose. Why are you even here? And that's what this channel is all about. It's about the 5 pillars that keep you grounded, no matter what faith, background, or path you come from. First pillar, health. Your mind and body are the vessel for everything that you're going to build. For a long time, I used to think that grinding 24/7 was basically all it took. That means I was locked in, but I wasn't grinding, I was breaking. So now I do it differently, much differently. I don't really focus on my phone too much before sunrise unless I'm actually creating something, but I am not consuming. I start my mornings in silent with a little bit of prayer, some Bible reading. But that's me, like I said before. Maybe for you it's meditation, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's just taking the time to breathe, sitting in silence. The point that I'm trying to make is that you need to take time to start your day with yourself and not so much with the world. Health, you have to understand that it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. You can't build anything stable if you're falling apart inside. So go out there, take a little walk, go for a run, take some time to be quiet and meditate and make sure that you're mentally okay. Make sure your emotions are in the right place. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about wealth. Let's be real. Money makes the world go round. Money runs the world. This is what we're been told. This is what we've been taught, and that's what we see a lot of the time. But how you handle it basically decides whether you're going to be free or if you're going to stay trapped. When I stopped chasing money and I started stewarding it, that's basically when everything shifted, and I was able to understand a lot of different things about how I can earn and things that I could do with my money in order to make it multiply. That's when I learned how to trade. I learned how to invest and all of that. And I did it the same way I believe everyone basically gets into it. I jumped into the deep end and then got my face slapped and then I dug out and I started over. I started budgeting. I started slowly investing, saving with intention, which is definitely going to be one of the most important things. And giving quietly because what I give to others, I don't need adoration. I don't need anyone to know what I'm doing. I'm doing it because it makes me feel good inside. I stopped chasing flashing wins, the cars, the clothes, the shoes, the watch, all of that. And I started focusing more on building something that's going to last, something with long term peace, because wealth really isn't about status. It's about stability. It's about not flexing. It's not about flexing whatsoever, but people do it and good for them. But it's really just about freedom. The reason we build wealth is so we can serve our purpose, and we're not building wealth so we can escape our pain. Then there's love, relationships. I'm not just talking about romance, I'm talking about connection, attention, presence. We say that we love our people so much, but in reality, we're halfway there. We're only there half of the time. We're not fully present. Scrolling through our phones, half listening to conversations, distracted by the things that don't really matter. That's when I made a choice. A very simple one. No more half love. If I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there fully. Of course, there are times that that's just not possible, but majority of the time, be there. I cut off a lot of lustful habits, stopped chasing empty validation, and I started showing up fully present. When you love deeply, you heal quietly because love is the proof that you found peace within yourself. Happiness isn't excitement. It's not about adrenaline. It's not the success that you have on displays. It's peace. It's having freedom to slow down without feeling guilty. Happiness is walking outside with no phone. It's journaling your thoughts, laughing with your family, the silence after a long day of work. The more I simplified these things in my life, the more joy I actually found within myself and within my life. Less strolling, more stillness, less talking, more gratitude. Because gratitude is definitely something we all need to practice. Doesn't matter if you believe in God the way I do, or if you believe in anything else. If you have something that you're grateful for, practice gratitude. Because the fact is, you don't find happiness by chasing it. You find it by clearing up space for it to exist in your life. And finally, let's give a little discussion to purpose. This is where it all connects. Your health, your wealth, your love, your happiness, your relationships, all of it connects to your purpose. For me, that purpose starts with God. That's my source. That's where I draw my strength, clarity, and direction. But for you, maybe it's your calling, maybe it's your craft, your vision for your family. It could be any of these things, but you have to figure out what it is for you and begin to connect with it. The point isn't, of course, to copy my path. The point is to find yours. Purpose is kind of hard to explain, but it shows up when you stop performing and actually start becoming who you are meant to be. When you stop living to impress and start living with intention. The truth is, you can't hear that calling if you're always consistently drowning in the distractions of the world. You've got to step away and you need to hear what's next. That's what going ghost really means. If life has been pretty noisy and you've been feeling lost and scattered, distracted, and stretched pretty thin, maybe it's time to unplug for a bit, not to run from anything, but just to realign yourself. Lock in on your pillars because that's how you rebuild a life that lasts. Not chasing validation, not chasing trends, following that quiet voice in your mind, the one that's been calling you to come back to be yourself, building, keep growing, walking in your purpose, your path. And remember, sometimes the best thing you can do for your future is to go quiet today. Peace. See you next time.